Let me ask you something. Have you noticed your hands and feet feeling colder than they used to? Are your energy levels fading, or is intimacy starting to feel distant? You're not alone. After 60, many of us begin to feel like our bodies are slowing down, like something vital is slipping away. For some, it starts with poor circulation, fatigue, brain fog, cold limbs. For others, it's the quiet disappearance of connection. Physical closeness becomes less frequent, and that spark in your relationship feels like a memory from the past. And the worst part? No one really talks about it. We're told it's just part of aging. But what if that's not entirely true? What if there were natural, time-tested herbs that could help bring the warmth back to your body, and maybe even reignite something deeper, something more personal? Today, we'll explore 5 powerful herbs used by cultures around the world to improve blood flow, reawaken intimacy, and help you feel more alive, physically and emotionally, after 60. These aren't magic pills. They're nature's tools, gift from the earth to help your body do what it was designed to do. If you've been feeling disconnected from your energy, your vitality, or even your partner, this video is for you, because it's never too late to feel better, to feel closer, to feel you again. Let's start with a common herb you may already have in your kitchen, one that does more for your circulation than most prescriptions. Aging is a journey, when we all walk. But some of the changes that come with it can feel unexpected, even unfair. You might start noticing small things first. Your feet are colder at night. Your hands feel numb in the morning. You climb a flight of stairs and feel winded. These are signs your circulation is slowing down. And while that may sound harmless, it can affect nearly every area of your life. Poor circulation doesn't just mean cold limbs. It means less oxygen and nutrients reaching your brain, your heart, your skin, and yes, your most intimate areas too. That's why many people over 60 experience low energy, brain fog, numbness, and even a decline in libido or intimacy. Not because they don't care, not because they've given up, but because their bodies aren't getting what they need to feel alive. For couples, this can lead to quiet distance. The closeness you once shared becomes rare. Conversations turn into routines, and the idea of intimacy becomes more stressful than satisfying. It's not about love, it's about biology. You might look at your partner and wonder, what happened to us? But the real question might be, what's happening inside of me? The good news? Your body still wants to thrive, and nature still has answers. You don't have to surrender your energy, your warmth, or your connection. There are gentle, natural herbs that help improve blood flow, revive your energy, and reignite physical closeness without harsh chemicals, without side effects. These herbs have been used for centuries in cultures that honor aging as a powerful chapter of life, not a slow decline. In just a moment, we'll explore 4 of the most trusted circulation-boosting herbs for people over 60. But first, I want you to remember this. You are not broken. You are not too old. Your body is wiser than you think. Sometimes, it just needs a little help. Herb number 1, ginger. Now, let me take you into your own kitchen. There's a good chance this first herb is already sitting in your spice rack. Overlooked, underestimated, but holding incredible power. It's not exotic. It's not new, but it might just be the key to waking your body back up. I'm talking about ginger. Ginger has been used for thousands of years across Asia and the Middle East, not just for cooking, but for circulation, energy, and vitality. What makes it so powerful for people over 60? Ginger contains compounds called gingerols, natural chemicals that help to stimulate blood flow, reduce inflammation, and warm the body from the inside out. But here's what most people don't realize. Improved circulation means more oxygen-rich blood flowing throughout your body, including areas that affect intimacy, sensitivity, and connection. That's why, in traditional medicine, ginger was often prescribed for couples struggling with low libido or lack of energy. You see, ginger doesn't just warm your body, it can warm your relationship too. Imagine this. You and your partner share a warm cup of ginger tea after dinner. It becomes a ritual, one that not only soothes your digestion, but also rekindles conversation, laughter, and maybe something more. One elderly couple shared with me. We started sipping ginger tea together every night. At first, it was just for my arthritis, but somehow we started touching more, talking more, kissing again. Sometimes it's not just the herb, it's the habit that brings you closer. So, how do you use it for real results? Slice a thumb of fresh ginger and steep it in hot water for 10 minutes. Add honey or lemon for taste. Grate it into soups, stews, or stir-fried vegetables. Try a ginger supplement. But check with your doctor first, especially if you're on blood thinners or medication for high blood pressure. Bonus: chew on a small piece of ginger before meals. It's a natural appetite and energy booster. But here's where it gets even more fascinating. One of the biggest hidden enemies of aging is inflammation. It tightens blood vessels, slows down your heart, and can even affect mood and memory. Ginger fights inflammation like a warrior, without the side effect of synthetic drugs. And when inflammation goes down, circulation improves. When blood flows freely, your body feels more alive. And when that happens, you just might start to feel desire again. Don't underestimate this humble root. It might seem simple, but it's one of the most powerful natural tools for older adults looking to bring back their energy, their confidence, and their closeness. Start small. A warm tea, a piece in your dinner. Then notice what happens, not just in your body, but in your relationship. Now, if ginger surprised you, wait until you hear about the next herb. It's called the root of life in some cultures. And for many, it's been the turning point in reclaiming their vitality after 60. Herb number 2, ginseng. Now that we've warmed the body with ginger, let's talk about something that reawakens it. Something ancient, respected, almost sacred in the East. A root so revered, it's often called the root of life. Meet ginseng, the vitality herb. Not just for energy, not just for clarity, but for something far more intimate. As we age, our natural energy tanks begin to shrink. Our hormonal rhythms slow, and the body, once vibrant, feels like it's running in low gear. Ginseng doesn't just give you a boost, it helps restore balance. It gently reawakens what's been dormant. Studies show that ginseng can improve circulation, enhance oxygen flow, and even support the body's ability to produce nitric oxide, a key compound that helps relax blood vessels and increase blood flow. That's right, ginseng helps the body do what it's designed to do, just more effectively. And this matters more than you might think. For men and women over 60, ginseng has been linked to improved libido, better erectile function in men, and heightened arousal in women. But it's not just about performance. It's about feeling connected again, feeling wanted, feeling alive. It's about those small moments, the glance across the dinner table, the gentle touch that means more than words, the closeness you thought you'd never get back. One elderly gentleman, 72 years old, told me something I'll never forget. I started taking ginseng for energy. Within a month, I found myself waking up excited again, not just physically, but emotionally. I felt like I was showing up again for my wife, for myself. That's the real power of ginseng. It helps you show up again. There are several types of ginseng, and each has its own strengths. Korean red ginseng, the most stimulating, ideal for energy, libido, and circulation. American ginseng, calmer and cooling, excellent for mental clarity and immune support. Siberian ginseng, Eleuthero, technically not true ginseng, but used for stamina and resilience. For intimacy and circulation, Korean red ginseng is often considered the gold standard, but everyone's body is different. The key is to start low and go slow. Even just 200 milligrams per day can make a noticeable difference over time. You can find ginseng in capsules, teas, tinctures, even chewy supplements. Just make sure it's from a reputable brand, pure, tested, and preferably organic. It's important to note, if you have high blood pressure, diabetes, or take blood thinners, talk to your doctor first. Ginseng is powerful, and it deserves respect. Imagine this. You take ginseng every morning for 30 days. You begin to feel clearer, more present, warmer. Your partner notices you're smiling more. You start reaching for each other again, not because of a magic pill, but because you started waking up your body's natural intelligence. It's easy to think those chapters are behind us. That closeness belongs to youth. That desire disappears with age. But ginseng whispers something different. You're not done yet. Ginseng is more than a supplement. It's a signal to your body, to your soul, that you are still in this, that you're not fading, you're reclaiming energy, reclaiming joy, reclaiming connection. And now that you've met the root of life, wait until you hear about a herb that's been used to heal the heart, literally and emotionally. Up next, we'll explore a flower-based remedy that's gentle on the body, powerful for circulation, and deeply comforting to the soul. For herb number 3, Hawthorn. Let's pause for a moment. Not every herb speaks loudly. Some whisper. Some don't just touch the body, they touch the heart. And after 60, that's exactly what many of us need. Not just energy or stimulation, but healing. The kind of healing that brings us back to ourselves, that reconnects us with our emotions, our memories, and the people we love. Our next herb does exactly that. It's called the protector of the heart, both physically and emotionally. Meet Hawthorn. Hawthorn is a flowering plant, rich with symbolism, history, and healing power. It's been used in Europe for centuries to treat heart-related conditions, and not just emotional kind. This small, beautiful berry contains compounds to help strengthen the heart muscle, relax blood vessels, and increase blood flow, especially to the extremities and reproductive organs. That makes hawthorn a perfect herb for those experiencing poor circulation, high blood pressure, fatigue, emotional heaviness, and yes, even disconnection from intimacy. Because let's be honest, aging isn't just physical. Sometimes the weight we carry isn't in our joints. It's in our chest, the loss of friends, the distance from a partner, the regret of things unsaid or undone. You may be wondering, how does a heart herb improve intimacy? Here's how. Hawthorn improves vascular health, the health of your blood vessels. That means more efficient blood flow, not just to the heart and brain, but to all the places where intimacy begins and lives. It also has a calming, balancing effect on the nervous system, helping to reduce anxiety, soften mood swings, and gently encourage emotional openness. Intimacy isn't just physical. It starts with safety, tenderness, and presence. Hawthorn creates that emotional space, especially in long-term relationships that have grown distant or quiet over time. An older woman once told me, I started taking hawthorn for my heart, but it helped me forgive myself, forgive my husband. We started holding hands again, something we hadn't done in years. That's the hidden gift of hawthorn. It reminds us that love doesn't end. It simply waits. Hawthorn is gentle but effective and best taken over time. The effects build gradually, like trust, like healing. Hawthorn tea. Brew the dried berries or flowers for 10 to 15 minutes. Tincture. Start with a few drops daily in water. Follow label guidance. Capsules. 250 to 500 milligrams twice daily is common. But check with your doctor, especially if you're taking medications for blood pressure or the heart. And always choose a trusted source. Look for organic, lab-tested hawthorn from a reputable brand. It's easy to focus on the physical aspect of aging, numbness, cold hands, low libido. But sometimes, the real blockages are emotional. Grief, stress, resentment, disconnection. These things constrict the heart as much as cholesterol ever could. Hawthorn works gently, slowly, and lovingly. It reminds your body to open. And in that opening, something beautiful happens. You start to feel lighter. You start to care again. And maybe, just maybe, you start reaching out to your partner, not out of habit, but from the heart. If ginger is a spark and ginseng is a fire, then hawthorn is a hearth, the quiet warmth at the center of everything. Because circulation isn't just about blood, it's about connection to your body, to your partner, to your purpose. And if hawthorn teaches us anything, it's this: the heart is never too old to open again. But we're not done yet. There's still one final herb to explore, one that works in the shadows to boost your body's natural rhythm, your hormones, and your inner fire. Herb number 4, Maca root. We've stirred the blood with ginger, we've sparked the spirit with ginseng, and we've opened the heart with hawthorn. But now it's time to go deeper. To awaken a part of you that many believe fade with age, but doesn't have to, let me introduce you to Maca root, a herb grown high in the Peruvian Andes. For over 2,000 years, it's been used not just as food, but as fuel for desire, endurance, and hormonal vitality. At 14,000 feet above sea level, in the unforgiving mountains of Peru, Maca thrives where almost nothing else does. The locals say that anything strong enough to survive up there can help you thrive down here. Maca is an adaptogen, meaning it helps your body adapt to stress and restore balance. But Maca has a unique gift. It supports the endocrine system, which controls your hormones, energy, and yes, your libido. As we age, hormone levels decline. Testosterone, estrogen, and even dopamine take a dip. That leads to fatigue, brain fog, and a fading interest in physical connection. But Maca has been shown to revitalize those systems, gently and naturally, without acting like a drug or hormone replacement. Maca has earned nicknames like nature's Viagra, but that doesn't do it justice. It's not just about performance. It's about reviving your confidence, passion, and drive. Clinical studies show that Maca can improve libido in both men and women, increase sperm count and motility in men, reduce sexual dysfunction related to aging or antidepressants, boost mood, motivation, and clarity. In women, Maca is especially helpful during menopause. It eases symptoms like hot flashes, anxiety, and hormonal imbalances without altering estrogen levels directly. It's as if Maca whispers to your body, "You still got it," and your body listens. In Peru, it's common for couples in their 60s, 70s, even 80s, to consume Maca daily. It's served in porridge, baked into breads, even brewed into teas. One elderly woman from Cusco said this: "Maca keeps my bones strong, my mind quick, and my husband affectionate." She smiled like she had a secret. Maybe she did. Closer to home, more and more seniors are discovering Maca and reporting something surprising. They're not just feeling younger, they're acting younger, reaching out, flirting, laughing more. And isn't that what intimacy is really about? The laughter, the spark, the feeling that someone sees you, not as old, but as alive. Maca comes in several forms: powder, capsules, or even liquid extract. The most common and versatile is Maca powder, just 1 to 2 teaspoons daily added to your smoothie, coffee, or oatmeal. Start with a smaller dose and increase gradually. Look for gelatinized Maca, a pre-cooked version that's easy to digest and gentler on the stomach. And choose Maca that's organic and sourced from high altitudes, where the plant is most potent. If you have thyroid issues, consult a healthcare professional first, as Maca contains goitrogens, which may interfere with thyroid function in sensitive individuals. Yes, Maca can stir your physical desire, but what it really brings back is a sense of being in your body again, of feeling good in your skin, of reclaiming your aliveness. One gentleman wrote us after 90 days on Maca. He said, "I started taking it because I missed holding hands. Now we hold each other again." It's not about perfection. It's about presence. And Maca helps you show up, body, mind, and soul. Maca is the final piece of this journey through the body's natural wisdom. Where ginger lights the fire, ginseng fuels it. Hawthorn softens it. Maca brings it home, back into the bedroom, back into the kitchen, back into life. Because the truth is, you're never too old to feel deeply, never too old to desire, and never too old to love again, not just someone else, but yourself. So, if you've ever felt like the best days of closeness and connection are behind you, let Maca remind you, there's still so much warmth left to give, and so much joy left to receive. Herb number 5, Tribulus terrestris. You didn't think we'd stop at 4, did you? There's one more herb that deserves your attention. One that speaks to vitality, passion, and drive, especially when you thought those things were long gone. It's time to meet the warrior of the herbal world, Tribulus terrestris. A name that might sound like a spell, but it's actually a time-tested tonic for energy, hormonal balance, and sexual vitality. Tribulus has been used in Ayurvedic and traditional Chinese medicine for centuries, especially to treat declining energy, low libido, and loss of masculine or feminine edge. But this isn't just about testosterone or performance. It's about reclaiming your confidence, the kind of confidence that lets you look in the mirror and say, I may be older, but I'm far from done. Tribulus stimulates the body's natural hormone production, increases blood flow, and enhances physical endurance. In men, it's shown to improve testosterone metabolism. In women, it supports libido and mood, especially during menopause. In one small study, women over 60 who took Tribulus daily reported increased desire and emotional closeness with their partners, not because of a magic pill, but because they felt like themselves again. One gentleman shared, Tribulus didn't just bring back my drive, it brought back our Saturday mornings. That's when we make coffee, talk slow, and hold each other. It's simple, but it's everything. It's always the simple things, isn't it? The way you used to laugh together, the quiet hand on your shoulder, the spark you thought had dimmed for good, flickering back to life. Tribulus is most commonly taken in capsule form, usually 250 to 750 milligrams per day. Make sure the extract contains at least 45% saponins. That's the active compound that does the real work. Cycle your usage. 5 days on, 2 days off, or take for 6 to 8 weeks, then take a short break. As always, talk to your doctor first, especially if you're managing blood pressure or hormone conditions. So let's recap our journey. We've explored ginger for circulation, ginseng for stamina, hawthorn for the heart, maca for hormonal harmony, and now, Tribulus for the fire of confidence and desire. These herbs are more than supplements. They are reminders. That life after 60 isn't about slowing down. It's about tuning in to your body, to your needs, to your joy. Because the truth is, you still have so much life left to feel. And these herbs, they're here to help you feel it fully. If you stayed with me this far, it means something inside you is stirring. A quiet voice saying, I still want more from life. And you know what? That voice matters. You just discovered 5 powerful herbs that can awaken your body's natural rhythm again, not with chemicals or shortcuts, but with the wisdom of nature. Ginger, ginseng, hawthorn, maca, and tribulus. Each one has stood the test of time, and now they're ready to support you. Because let's be honest, no one talks enough about what happens after 60, about the changes we feel, the quiet ache of missing closeness, the fear that we become invisible, that our best years are behind us. But let me tell you the truth. You are not invisible. You are not broken. And you are definitely not done. This video wasn't just about herbs. It was about hope, about giving you tools to feel alive, connected, and worthy, no matter your age. So what can you do right now? Try one of these herbs. Start small. Pay attention to how your body responds. Share this video with a friend, a partner, or even someone you just reconnected with. And most importantly, talk about it. Talk about intimacy. Talk about energy. Talk about feeling good again. You'd be surprised how many people are quietly craving the same thing you are. To feel touch again. To laugh like they used to want again and to be wanted. If this message spoke to your heart, I invite you to subscribe. Every week, we share real stories, practical wisdom, and health tips for people just like you. People who know that life after 60 isn't the end. It's the next chapter. Because the older we get, the less we need noise, and the more we need truth. And the truth is, your body still wants to thrive. Your heart still wants to love. And your soul still wants to dance. Let's walk this path together, with strength, with softness, with spirit. You are not alone, and you are never too old to feel something beautiful again.